Hello world, I'm Travis Prescott and welcome to the real week 5. I know last week's video I said it was week 5 and I was completely wrong. That was actually week 4. But this is actually week 5. I am about as delinquent as I could get. I have 2 hours left to get this thing out before I bust my goal of a video a week. So first up, I did get my replacement car and it is a 2007 Toyota Corolla. I hope it lasts 3 years. I really need it to have the distinction of being the first car I've owned that I didn't wreck. Like my last 2 cars, it's silver. And I'm finding I need a new stereo in order to actually use my iPod/iPhone with the car stereo. So, not looking forward to that. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching Daisy and Sinister in the intro. I shelled out the money for Visual Studio Pro, and I'm trying to make use of all of its features. That is one of them, templated intros. I'll be using them in the future videos. Over the weekend I shot a lot of footage using my Nikon, and needless to say, the footage is a little bit jumpy, so I tried to use the stabilization filters, effects, whatever you want to call them, in order to smooth that out. It takes a long time to process. So my lesson learned was don't shoot handheld. Yes, don't do it. So last week I showed you guys a 3D animation I made in JavaScript that looks like this. Well, in the span of the last week, I've actually managed to update this thing quite a bit, and the latest version looks like this. This is the latest and greatest. I made this, of course, still using JavaScript in the three.js library, but also using a program called Fractal Terrains. I've been using this for a while, and I've had these files for a long time, but using three.js is actually able to implement it. So a few things of note. Let me slow it down. Each of the moons, when you zoom in, you can see that it is textured and has its own spin. And then actually zooming in on the planet itself, you can see all of the continents, the textures, and they actually are bump mapped, so it has a somewhat 3D effect. As I speed it up, you will see how that effect looks. I was actually very excited that I was able to pretty much make this exactly the way I always envisioned it. I didn't know that the three.js library was this powerful, but it in fact is, which is fantastic. Yes, I'm aware my black hole is extremely stylized, and no real black hole would have a giant lens flare coming out of it, especially one that doesn't move, but it's just a placeholder. And of course you could speed this up and really watch things take off. Or slow it way down. And the other highlight of my weekend was my big niece's 16th birthday party, so I have just a little clip from that, because I don't think I've actually shown Cody in any of my videos yet. Alright. So I'm here at my niece's 16th birthday party with my nephew.
What's up?
That's this guy. And I'm getting the most I can out of this 10-year-old costume, or however old it is. What are you boyin'? Getting our jam on, or whatever.
Oh, I got a picture.
And in order to get this out in under an hour and a half, that's all the time I have for this week. While I do have some ideas for future videos, I'm always open to suggestions. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, leave it in the comments below or shoot me a message on Facebook. Hope you all have a very happy Halloween, and until next week, return 0.